It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA on 2K Sports, Ernie Johnson with colleagues Shaq and Ken Smith. And tonight our broadcast will be shifting to Minneapolis, where we'll see the Timberwolves going up against the Toronto Raptors. For Toronto, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. And this evening's matchup, I guess we don't expect a lot of scoring. Got two lockdown defenses here. Kenny, what makes these two teams so difficult to score against?
Oh, aggressive mindset and taking care of the defensive boards.
Well, you also got to have great athletes and a willingness to help each other.
Good. I almost said that. I
know you did. I almost said what you said.
No doubt.
That's going to wrap it up from here. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you later on.
Welcome, everyone, and what a game we have for you tonight as we get set to bring you NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. So glad you can join us from the beautiful Target Center, the home of the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. And, of course, DeMar DeRozan. They'll miss his star power. He was one of the factors that made this team go.
And his fans, teammates, there are a lot of people that I'm sure are sad to see him go, given all that he's brought to the table. But I like what the trade does for them. I bet it helps them right off the bat, not to mention in the long term.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Jimmy Butler survived a tough upbringing in Tomball, Texas. He said that's all anybody ever wanted to talk about. But I don't want that to define me. If I'm stuck in the past, then I won't get any better. I won't change. I'll get stuck as that kid. That's not who I am. I'm a great basketball player because of my work. Guys?
Thanks, David. You can tell Butler has a good head on his shoulders, an elite talent in this league because of the hard work he puts in. And during this part of the season, a lot of lengthy road trips can be found for teams in the league. Clark, I would assume it's maybe sometimes hard to play at your best when you've been on the road for a long time.
Oh, there's no question about it. I mean, there's a galvanizing aspect to being on the road because it's just you and your teammates against the opponent. But when you're out on the road for a long time, things can get a little stale. You can become a little distracted. So it becomes very difficult, particularly for young teams, to work through the grind and adversity of being on the road. Veteran guys are used to it, but the young fellas often struggle with that.
So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. Ibaka is the 4 and Valanciunas in the middle. Green is out there with Lowry, and it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. Now here's Leonard. Turned in an outstanding game against San Antonio. And Ibaka kicks to Lowry. Ibaka with the screen on Wiggins. Down low. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Kevin, it's nice to see Lowry dish the rock. I mean, I enjoy watching him pass the ball because he's got a nice feel for when to get it to his guys for an open shot.
Here's Towns. He's coming off a 34-point game against Houston. No good from Gibson. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Over in the corner, Green. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Leonard against Wiggins. 6 on the shot clock. Leonard inside. It's not going to go for him. Here's Butler. And no good. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And, Greg, they were sinking shots left and right, and that's got to be demoralizing for the defense. They were in a real zone.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Those are facts, man. I mean, if he's sliding his feet just a skosh, the refs are going to whistle him for it.
Now here's Wiggins. 14 points from him the last game against Houston. Outside Lowry. He dishes it to Leonard. Another miss by Leonard.
That's a good shot. Even though it couldn't find the bottom of the bucket, I like the shot quality.
Three-pointer, Butler, and that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague.
I'll tell you what, Butler looks a lot more comfortable pulling the trigger from deep. I mean, his confidence shooting from outside continuing to grow.
Now here's Green. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Leonard buries it from about 10 feet away.
And, you know, Kevin, they count on him to provide offense, and he knows how to fill it up.
T kicks to Towns. Passes it to Wiggins. Gibson the screen. Butler in the corner. Butler can't get that one to fall.
They're cold so far, only 1 for 5 to begin this one.
Leonard against Wiggins. Lowry kicks to Ibaka. Can't cash in from close range. Timberwolves trail. Here's Teague. Got a piece of it. Towns, no luck.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. The three from Leonard gets the three-pointer to fall. Leonard's got 5 now.
How about Kawhi Leonard knocking down the 3-ball? Didn't have that shot when he got into the league. Love seeing how he's improved as a shooter with the outside jumper.
Now here's Butler. And in that game with Houston, he did not play well.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Here is Lowry. 4-point game. The three. Kawhi Leonard again from deep. 8 points for him.
Leonard has really become so good at catching and firing. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense any time to alter his shot.
Here's Butler. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Rumors about Butler being traded from Chicago were circulating last season. Draft day comes around and the Minnesota Timberwolves made their move, Greg, to acquire him.
Yeah, and the more you look at it, the trade looks great for Butler and the Wolves. Reunites him with Coach Thibodeau. Joins an incredibly young core in Towns and Wiggins, and the sky's the limit, I think, for this young Wolves team.
And the first one at the line is good. And one of the toughest parts about playing for the Minnesota Timberwolves is the travel schedule.
Yeah.
Clark, even interdivision games can involve lengthy flights, and the team travels more than any other in the NBA.
Yeah, and you know, everybody travels, and it is part of the league, but it is a small disadvantage for Minnesota to deal with. Not a big one, but nonetheless something unique to them as a team. Not much you can do about it, though. That's their lot, and they've got to make it work.
Now here is Lowry. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Leonard. Jimmy Butler with the rebound.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Teague. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Green, the pass to Ibaka. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Ibaka's got his first 2 points of the night.
Oh, great ball movement there.
T kicks to Towns. Back to Teague. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Yes, he did. Having a big who can locate the open man the way Towns does puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
Toronto leading by 5. Lowry kicks to Ibaka. Valanciunas sets a screen for Leonard. Ibaka, no luck. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Wiggins. That shot missing. And Toronto will go the other way with it. Leonard with no one around. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
And no doubt that the fight was there, but no matter what they tried on that night, it just wasn't meant to be.
And over time, it looked like they were resigned to their fate. They kind of gave in. It's hard to come back when you get down like they were, and they just didn't seem to have enough fight to make a go of it.
And then Leonard with the dunk.
And Leonard enjoys jamming at home, Kevin. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
T kicks to Towns. He feeds it to Wiggins. Towns with it. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Green with the block. Butler. Shot clock at 3.
And, well, he's been the NBA's leader in blocks multiple times. Ibaka just has that rare instinct for it.
Wiggins against Leonard. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Raptors leading by 5. A floater, and it's Leonard missing.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Butler against Green, and Butler, here we go, makes it off the glass. Butler's got 7.
And Butler does a nice job using his body. I mean, especially when he's close to the basket, comfortable operating inside.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. And with Andrew Wiggins, you know he can be deadly from mid-range, but he's seen an uptick in scoring, Clark, because he's been focusing on all the little things you need to master as a perimeter wing threat.
Yeah, you're exactly right. He has been focusing on those intangible, those small things that are big things in making a difference in how efficient you are on offense. He's improved his play running the pick and roll every year. He's excellent in transition and off cuts, and has really worked on becoming a better finisher off the screen and roll handoff.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Pass to Miles. Just 5 to shoot. And again, Toronto no up.
And, you know, I have no idea how he missed that one. When there's no defense around, he's usually automatic from there.
Stolen by Miles. The pass to Siakam. And Wright kicks to Siakam. Feeds it to Nogueira. Over Jang. Rebound by Jang. Timberwolves trail by 3. Out to the wing. Back to Jones. Rose with the ball. Foul on him. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And it's really all about the evolution of Derrick Rose, finding out how to be more effective at this stage of his career. And, you know, I think he's done a good job of not relying on his outside shot as much. Still can attack and get to the rim, and it's starting to lead to better results.
Free throw drops for Rose. For Rose, the outside shot was something that never really recovered after his injuries, Greg, but he is still a dangerous scorer without that tool.
One of the better finishers still at the rim in the league in terms of guards. His decision to go inside more helped bump that field goal percentage up last season. Not everyone can adjust their game, but Rose managed to do it seamlessly.
One of the hardest things, Clark, to defend in the league is the pick and roll. What do defenders need to key on when they're defending a pick and roll?
Well, I think a couple of things. One is you want to try to dictate where the pick and roll is going to happen and where you want the ball handler to go. And then there's got to be great communication. The two guys involved in the screen and roll have to be on the same page. There's got to be a lot of talk. And then the 3 guys maybe not involved have to be ready to help their teammates. So communication, a real sense of trying to dictate to that ball handler where you want him to go and what you want to give up, because you can't take away everything when you're defending a good pick and roll combination.
The Timberwolves again can't hit. Toronto's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. And Miles kicks to right. There's the pick. Pass to Siakam. There's the dish to Miles. Picked him clean. And here's Rose. 17 points for him last game against the Rockets in Houston.
And if you look at his free throw numbers, you can see what kind of pressure he put on the defense. He was in attack mode all night long.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Now here's Jang. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
And that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Toronto trailing. Now here's Powell. He had 10 points in the win against San Antonio. Right against Jones. Here's Nogueira. The kick out to right. 1:52 left to play here in the first. Dishes it to Nogueira. Passes it to Siakam. Looking to end the drought. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Now here's Jang. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. 5 on the clock. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
Kevin, a big guy with an emerging skill set. Jang ruling the paint there. Nice play.
And Wright kicks to Siakam. The feed to Miles. Got a hand on it. Here's Rose. Got a hand on it. 3 on 3. And it's Miles with the jam.
And the initiative from Miles is really why he gets that dunk. When he gets daylight near the hoop, it's too easy for him.
And C.J. Miles, a lefty swingman. Clark, he's got some range on his shot.
He's already been a decade plus in the league, and one of the last guys to come straight from high school to the NBA. He's carved out a nice stretch for himself as a pretty good 3-and-D player.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw good, Miles. One thing that Tom Thibodeau can be dependent on as a coach is giving his star players a lot of minutes. In fact, in Chicago, Clarkson criticized him for doing that. Others praised him for it. But the fact of the matter is, if you're a team leader, he expects you to be on the floor a lot and produce a lot.
Yeah, and you know, that's part of the job. Hey, when you get right down to it, if you're one of the best players, you've got to show up and do your job all the time. And you look at players who've played under Thibodeau. I mean, he's had the league leader in average minutes 3 times in his career as a coach. Said himself that he expects his guys to get used to what star players do, which includes a lot of minutes.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
The Timberwolves have been solid at the line so far, 4 for 4.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement, so that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
And he knocks down the first one. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Toronto's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Out to the right wing. Here's Wright. Kicks to Miles. No good with the elbow jumper. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Timberwolves lead by 1. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. And Serge Ibaka, known for his shooting ability now, he talked about the confidence his teammates and his coach instilled in him.
He trusts you. Every time he passes the ball, when you don't shoot, he's screaming you, shoot ball. Then next time what? You will shoot. And if you miss, you say, yeah, good shot. You know, and your coaches in the practice talking to your teammates. Man, when Serge is open, give him the ball. He will make that shot.
Well, if you wonder how much difference a coach can make for a player, there it is, huh?
You heard it in Serge's voice, too. That confidence has already been planted in him. That voice telling him, shoot the ball, is now in his own head. He's going to be just fine.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
Getting high percentage looks, wearing down that defense on the inside.
Grinding away down low, man, just filing them down. Love the bully ball method. Paying off well.
So the Raptors 5 right now. Norman Powell is out there with Wright. Then it's Nogueira. Then there's C.J. Miles. And it's Siakam in at the 4. Stolen by Miles. Nice break. Here come the Raptors. He kicks it to Powell. Pass to Siakam. And stolen by Jang. The pass to Patton. Jones dishes to Rose. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. Raptors trail by 3. Here's Powell. No good off the front iron. Minnesota shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Timberwolves.
And they haven't been able to exploit the 3 from the corner. Maybe some better ball movement would help open the floor and get that shot into their arsenal.
The Raptors shooting only 31%. Their offense really struggling to put possessions together. Wright sets a screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Miles. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Patton's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now, here's Miles. He dishes it to Powell. In the corner, right with it. There's the screen over Jang. And that one goes long.
Not surprising he missed that one, though, Kevin. I mean, the defense was very aggressive on him there.
Jang, a screen. Here's Tolliver. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And Clark, you've seen so many college and NBA games. What skill or mindset do you see as the best predictor for when a college player is going to be an NBA star?
Well, it's hard to predict stardom, but clearly things that transfer from a skill standpoint from college to the NBA, at least historically, have been the ability to rebound at a high rate. That seems to always make its way from college to the pro game. And then the proficiency of your skill set in terms of ball handling, shooting, and then I would say at the point guard position, the ability to run a team usually transfers. When you can get other people's shots and understand flow and time and score and situations, that doesn't leave you from the college to the pro game.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Karl Anthony Towns was voted by GMs last season as the player they most want to build a franchise around. But he is not resting on his laurels. He said, "I work hard on my game. I want to be the strongest player, the most intelligent player, and the most skilled player on the court at all times." Kevin?
Thanks, David. That work ethic will definitely help Towns get better. He's already a dynamite player.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Here's Leonard. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder.
And night in and night out, that's what he provides.
And the rejection by Ibaka. And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. He feeds it to Lowry. Screened by Valanciunas. His first shot coming late. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Green missing. Minnesota leading by 4. Butler goes in. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
Now that's a big-time take by Butler, showing just how tough he is on those physical drives to the rim.
Screened by Valanciunas. Lowry passes to Valanciunas. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And let's take a look now at Kawhi Leonard's numbers. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. Putting up about 25 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. And you know, pretty terrific numbers across the board.
Yeah, so many books in his library. He lights up the scoreboard on a nightly basis.
Now here's Teague. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Here's Towns. Nice D from Valanciunas.
Yeah, good interior D there. Prevents the deuce.
You know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Anthony Tolliver. Teague against Lowry. To the inside. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
So difficult to defend Ibaka inside. The length, the improved strength, and he's one of those bigs who doesn't mind going to the line.
This is his first free throw of the game.
An 85% mark from the line. There aren't too many players in the league who are going to sport a much better percentage.
And you know, with those numbers, he makes a defender hesitant to get too tight on him. I mean, he doesn't want to get whistled for the foul and put this guy on the line.
The first one falls.
One of the best free throw shooting bigs in the league, but that wasn't always the case for Ibaka. He has put in a ton of work.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Towns, the screen. Teague kicks to Wiggins. In the corner, Gibson with it. Back to Wiggins. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Ibaka's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Green, no luck.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so. You know, you watch Karl Anthony Towns, and he just epitomizes the future of the NBA big man. Extremely versatile, gets it done inside and outside at both ends of the floor, and has a fluidity to his game that belies his size.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, some point guards will feel that contact and just take the trip to the line, but Teague was determined to draw the foul and convert the shot.
free throw, no good for Teague. And with Towns and him being the future of the NBA big men, the numbers he's put up at a young age are staggering. Clark just looks like a guard out there sometimes.
Well, there's a good reason for that, Kevin. You know, Towns actually played guard before a big growth spurt. I think that clearly helped with his skills, and that's why he's so comfortable creating. It's a perfect situation for a guy like him to revolutionize what a low block player can do.
One shot.
And that one misses. Going up, Clark, you were Mr. Basketball USA, a national ranking. Be truthful. How dominant were you in high school in Cleveland, Ohio?
I was a really good high school player, considered one of the top 2 or 3 in the country in 1979, which was actually perhaps the best high school class ever, documented by many who follow the game: Isaiah Thomas and Sam Bowie, James Worthy, Ralph Sampson, Dale Ellis, Terry Cummings, Dominique Wilkins. I could go on and on. A terrific class, and I was considered at the top of that class as a high school.
That free throw good from Butler.
And guys, I think Jimmy Butler has all the tools you could want in a two-way player. He's an excellent defender, and he also can score the ball from just about anywhere.
And he makes both free throws. Raptors trail by 6. Lowry dishes to Leonard. Over Wiggins. And it's Leonard missing. The Timberwolves have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. That's good from Teague on the assist by Butler. Teague's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, man, I tell you, Teague's ability to adjust on the fly while getting bumped on the drive. Kept his composure. Well done.
Shots good by Ibaka.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
There's the pick. Here's Towns. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Shots good by Butler.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Now here's Valanciunas. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against San Antonio.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge.
Minnesota leading by 5. Teague the pass to Towns. Back to Teague. Kicks it out to Gibson. Timberwolves passing it around. Butler dishes to Towns. Count the basket.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Green the screen. Feeds it to Leonard. And stolen by Wiggins. Butler against Green. Leonard with the steal. Left side Lowry. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Lowry's got his first bucket of the night.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Now here is Lowry. After the miss from Karl-Anthony Towns. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Green. Towns a screen on Lowry. Teague drives in, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Man, I like the tenacity of Teague there. I mean, embracing contact whenever he drives it inside. That's the mark of a smart basketball player.
first free throw is good.
And you know, guys, early in his career, Jeff Teague was more of a scoring point guard. As his career has continued, he's gotten much better at surveying the court and creating opportunities for his teammates.
C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Danny Green. And so Teague hits 2 free throws. And you look at the style of play for the Atlanta Hawks under coach Mike Budenholzer. Clark, it was all drive and kick. Do you think that helped Teague develop as a passer?
I think it certainly did, because when you play a system style of basketball, you kind of know where your guys are and where the best shots for them are, and it does help you be a more consistent and effective passer. And also, I think because of three-point shooting in that system, Teague became fairly adept at creating for people to get shots.
Here is Lowry. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Lowry kicks to Ibaka. Over Gibson. Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down to 4 again on the bucket from Serge Ibaka. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Yeah, you know, not every point guard will be able to find an open man right there, but Teague is always looking for the right play.
And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. Miles, that's good.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Now here's Gibson. Pass to Wiggins. Over to the wing. And Teague, here we go. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. The 3. They get the rebound.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. And Kyle Lowry over the last few seasons slimmed down about 15 pounds. He's, Greg, been playing the best basketball of his career.
No doubt. He's still got that low center of gravity, almost like a bowling ball. He just gets under his man, and his strength and tenacity enable him to create chaos at both ends of the floor.
The Raptors making a switch here. Nogueira's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Pascal Siakam comes in for Serge Ibaka. Norman Powell's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's DeLon Wright in for Kyle Lowry. Now here's Rose. He has 6.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Powell with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Back to Wright. Clock at 6. Here's Miles. Toronto with the fresh shot clock. Wright the pass to Siakam. And Wright kicks to Siakam. There's 1:17 left in the first half of the game. Nogueira with it. He's against Jang, and it's Nogueira missing.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. It looked like he forced the shot.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Yeah, and, you know, the game of basketball, as you well know, Greg, and guys, is a game of runs. So their offense is starting to move in a positive direction now. Nice upswing here.
.40 seconds left in the second quarter. Jones dishes to Jang. Passes to Rose. It's deflected. They retain possession. Stolen by Miles. In the corner, Powell with it. Here's Nogueira. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Jones against Wright. Jones kicks to Rose. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. Jimmy Butler has been on display for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy, you have come a long way in this league. When you look at your career now versus when you came in, how different is it?
Much different. I think on the floor, I'm supposed to do a lot more on both ends of the floor. And off the floor, I think it's still the same. People recognize my hair.
Well, it is a unique style, Jimmy. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We so hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime report. Big-time play throughout the first half for Jimmy Butler. He ended up with 15 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. His last game out, he was just not himself. But tonight, he has rounded right back into form with a very solid first half. And, Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Well, there was one pleasant surprise, and that was the bench. They gave him a big lift. Those guys came into the game, they did all the dirty work, and they scored baskets.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Toronto?
I think it was their passing that's kept them in the game. You can see it in their assist numbers. They were very, very unselfish. The ball moving from side to side, guys making good cuts. It's enabled them to create a lot of chances. As long as they stay on the same page and keep working together, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
That's it for now, as the second half's just about ready to go.
We come back to Minnesota now with a striking look at the 10th Avenue Bridge, downtown Minneapolis, off in the distance. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where he is on the floor either, Greg. He's making it look very easy. He's looking to score the ball.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Minnesota in the lead. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Minnesota, Wiggins at small forward with Gibson at the 4. Teague runs the point with Butler at his side. They're the backcourt. And it's Towns in at the center, filling out the middle. Teague against Lowry. Outside, Green. There's a good screen. Here's Leonard. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. Leonard's got 20 points.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
Now here's Teague. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Here's Green. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Green's got 5 now. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
Here's Teague. Outside Butler. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
Well, I tell you what, he's not going to give in to the defense. Butler really is ferocious. Great job finishing off these tough shots.
Now here is Ibaka. He's got 10. Back to Green. The dish to Lowry. From past the arc. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. They set the pick. Butler against Green. Wiggins kicks to Towns. Over Valanciunas. Almost, but it rolls out.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Back to Green. Dishes it to Leonard. Over Butler. Leonard, no luck. The Timberwolves shooting 43% from the floor. Wiggins passes to Butler. The kick out to T. Now the feed to Towns. Over Valanciunas. Another miss by Towns.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
Now here's Teague following the miss by Kyle Lowry. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. And now a chance to take a look at the shot chart for Toronto.
And the work he's doing from deep has been fun to watch. Great looks, and he's knocking them down. His ability and threat to drop those long-range bombs on a defense really makes their offense click.
Toronto's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. Ibaka, no luck.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Teague drives in. Gibson, and the rejection by Ibaka. That one goes. Count it. Towns has got his second bucket of the game to go.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
And the Raptors miss again. Timberwolves leading by 3. 3 on 3. Here's Teague. Offensive rebound. Wiggins kicks to Towns. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. 6 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
And you see Towns doesn't dip much after the catch. I mean, he gets the ball right up to the set point and ready to deliver. Really sound fundamentals in that regard.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Raptors coach Dwayne Casey talked about the chemistry on his team. He said, we couldn't be better. There's no ego, no hidden agendas. Guys understand their roles. Kyle Lowry told me, we're a complete team, 15 deep, and we really mean that. You never know whose time it's going to be. Kevin?
DA depth is a crucial part of any team's success. Knowing you can rely on your teammates to step up is huge. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Timberwolves.
When they've had a chance to attack the basket at any point in this game, they've taken advantage.
They've also been pounding it inside tonight and coming away with a lot of points in the paint. I call those PIPs.
Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Andrew Wiggins. Free throw drops for Green.
And one thing you can say about Green, I don't know of too many players who are as dependent on their three-point shot as he is. He needs that shot to be falling for him to make an impact.
Now here's Teague. He's got 8. Tolliver for 3. Drills it from outside. Tolliver's got 7 points. Raptors trail by 5. Lowry with the ball. Picked up by Teague. And Valanciunas kicks to Leonard. Shoots from the elbow. Connects. The jumper drops. Leonard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power. And hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Well, Towns does so many things on the floor. Already an elite post scorer. A great...
Oh, wow. Bringing the heat, the thunder, and the lightning on that pound. The steal, then right into the fast break. Towns with excellent awareness for his age. Very mature player, despite being a young buck.
Here's Ibaka, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And let's go quickly to the 2K leaderboard to see the ratings of the best passing 2 guards in basketball. Third is Jimmy Butler.
And What that group has a great understanding of is the importance of ball movement. I mean, they can all create their own shot, but their superb ability to set up teammates really stands out.
Yeah, I think you've got to attribute it to the unselfish attitude that each of them has. I mean, sure, they're going to attack and make sure they get their points, but they get just as much satisfaction in racking up assists, too.
That free throw, no good. Rose, he's checked in for Minnesota. Siakam is checked in for the Raptors. DeLon Wright comes in for Kyle Lowry. Good on the second free throw. Minnesota leading by 6. Rose kicks to Towns. Pass to Tolliver. To the left wing. And stolen by Wright. And now here comes Wright leading the break. On the wing, Green. There's the pass to Siakam. And Gibson sends it back.
And Gibson just out here to play hard defense, showing great awareness coming up there with that block.
And the dunk by Towns.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Raptors trail by 8. Wright outside. Ibaka sets the pick for Wright. Kicks to Ibaka. Over Towns. That one wide left.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
They get it back. He kicks it to Gibson. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got 3 assists in the game.
Boy, I really like the way he's stroking the ball. I mean, knocking down a bunch of his shots and really being efficient.
Toronto calls timeout. This their first chance to take a look at the Timberwolves this season.
And it was a matchup you thought they would have cruised through, but they actually dropped a game in this series last year.
Greg, you know, it was 1-1 split from 2 teams on the opposite side of the standings. And, you know, as we've said many times, anything can happen when you play out of conference.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Nogueira, he's checked in for Ibaka. C.J. Miles comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Norman Powell subbed in for Green.
And how about the burst in that first step, just right to the rim?
Outside Rose. Inside Hatton. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Hatton's got the lead, back up to 10 now for the Timberwolves. The Raptors have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Wright dishes to Miles. Back to Wright. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession.
And with a moment, let's check out the stats for Jang. His last 10 games, he's getting around 4 points a game, 8 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And his rebounding is what's most impressive. He's shown tremendous determination on the backboard.
And it's a big asset for this team. I mean, he blocks out on the defensive glass, and then he keeps balls alive at the offensive end.
Now the Timberwolves with it. They're on a 13-5 run. Here's Jones. Out to the wing. Tolliver for 3. Nogueira pulls it in. Nogueira's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Feeds it to Powell. Here's the screen from deep. Miles. The rebound by Patton. Patton's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Tolliver the pass to Jang. With some arc. The shot by Powell, no good.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
Here's where Toronto sits right now in the league ranking.
And let's give them some credit for that outstanding shooting percentage as well. I mean, they're working hard to take the smart shots, not just the first shot that presents itself. And I think that's really paying off.
Here's Patton. He's got 5. Outside Rose. Pass to Patton. Fast break Toronto. Here's Powell. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2.
And you don't like to concede the free throws, but it's better than getting flushed on.
Well, Greg, you know, there's no question about that. You played on a tough physical Knicks team during your NBA career, and that would fall right in line with a smart, strong foul right there.
I agree. Very good point.
And he can't get the first one. Good on the second free throw. Timberwolves leading by 9. Now Jones. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Outside Rose. Back to Jones. The 17-footer. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Raptors trail by 11. Powell kicks to Siakam. He dishes it to Miles. From outside the arc. Good on the triple. Miles has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Love how concentrated Miles stays on these shots. I mean, even when it appears as though the defense has him cornered, he stays under control.
Jones from outside. Nogueira pulls it in. The Raptors have gone 7 for 16 in the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. And he comes up with the deuce. Wright's got his first 2 points of the night.
And really all credit to the pass there. I mean, he angled it just right. Set up the basket beautifully.
Here's Patton, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
And that was the play to make. Rose making the right read.
Raptors trail by 8. Powell with the screen. And Wright kicks to Miles. He feeds it to Powell. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
And it's Wright missing. Timberwolves leading by 5. Oliver in the post. Powell on him. Rose, no good.
That's unacceptable shot selection there, Kevin. I mean, why on earth did he think that was a good look?
And Wright kicks to Powell. Back to Wright. Clock at 6. Miles, that's good. Now it's just a 3-point Timberwolves lead.
Well, when you give Miles space to roam near the rim, he's going to finish inside with a variety of moves.
Jang dishes to Jones. Right side Rose. Passes it to Patton. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 6 assists here tonight. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
There's a good screen. Miles the pass to Nogueira. Powell kicks to Nogueira. Pass to Siakam. There's the steal. The dish now to Jang. Jones the pass to Rose. Back to Jones. And he finishes nicely on the way up. And it's a 7-point Timberwolves lead.
And Rose, an explosive scorer, but he's always been a very capable passer at the point.
Here's Siakam. Missed. And so it's Minnesota bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Now let's hear what Coach Tom Thibodeau was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Defensively, make sure we're all getting rebounded. No second shot. In transition, everyone talk. No open threes in transition.
And Tom Thibodeau wanting his team to pay particular attention to certain areas of their defense.
Yeah, taking care of the defensive boards, allowing no easy baskets on the fast break. These are key elements in terms of you having success.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up. 2K Sports, happy to have you with us. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. They've got Lowry. He's out there with Norman Powell. C.J. Miles is out there with Nogueira. And it's Siakam in at the 4 spot. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul. It's called on Toronto.
And, you know, that's going to be free throws. I mean, the length and quickness of Wiggins forcing the defender's hand there.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
That free throw, no good.
Hey, and you know, when you're the #1 overall pick, there's some pressure that comes with that stature, and Wiggins had a lot of pressure on him because of that. Has responded well, though, and I think stardom is in this guy's future. I mean, you look at his overall game and how he's developing, a really good threat on offense, and I think he's got a chance to be all NBA defense at some point.
And just thinking about the maturing of Wiggins' game and how he's developed, Clark, he's shown that he can carry an offense as a perimeter player. Few can do that at his age.
Yeah, and he was able to do that in part because he was forced to. When Levine went down last season with an injury, stepped up his scoring, and I think he's only going to get better as he gets older.
Here's Valanciunas. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Outside, Jones. Lowry against T. Jang, no luck.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Here's Powell. Lays it up and banks it in. Timberwolves leading by 4. Lets it go from 14. And Wiggins with the basket on the assist by Teague. Teague's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The Raptors have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Powell kicks to Valanciunas. There's the pick. Dishes it to Lowry. 4 on the shot clock. Goes back up. And the rejection by Jang.
And this is something you'd like to see more of from Jang, given his size and wingspan.
Outside Teague. Here's Wiggins. Shoots over Miles. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And Valanciunas out of Lithuania, the 5th overall pick back in 2011.
Yeah, he's still quite young. You know, a lot of talent offensively. Defensively, he's probably had less of an impact, but that's where he has to take the next step.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good. Wiggins.
You know, you think about Wiggins, drafted #1 overall a few years ago. So many high expectations, and to be fair and honest, he's met most of them.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Nogueira. Leonard comes in for C.J. Miles. And it's Green in for Norman Powell. And both free throws good for Wiggins. Raptors trail by 6. Ibaka with a screen on Teague. Lowry kicks to Leonard. The feed to Ibaka. Over Gibson. Ibaka, no luck.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
And Jeff Teague coming over to the Timberwolves in free agency. Greg, the team felt he was the perfect fit.
You know, and it seemed for a while the Wolves had wanted to kind of mix things up at that point guard position. And you knew they had someone in mind when they dealt both Rubio and Dunn in the offseason. Teague was their man all along.
Shots. Loose shots.
That free throw missing. And he sinks the second. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Lowry with the ball. The pass to Valanciunas. And here's Leonard. Clock at 6. Screened by Valanciunas. And with that shot, the Minnesota lead is cut down to just 4 points for the bucket from Leonard.
And that's another 3. And if the defense is hoping that they don't heat up from out there like they did in the first half, they may be in for a real bad surprise.
And the rejection by Leonard.
And a sensational individual defender. Leonard will lock you down. Rejections are just part of the package he brings on the defensive end.
Screened by Valanciunas. Lowry up top. That 3 off the mark. Timberwolves leading by 4. Kicks it to Wiggins.
Two shots.
And the first one drops. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Lowry against T. Lobs it up for Ibaka. Deft touch on the alley-oop.
Yeah, and this team depends on Lowry. I mean, so skilled at creating shots for himself or his teammates.
They set the screen. Gibson dishes to T. Gibson with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. Leonard with the steal. He kicks to Lowry. Outside, Green. Leonard with the screen on Wiggins. 6 to shoot. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And I like the way he's settled down here. I mean, after the sloppy first half, he's done a much better job taking care of the ball.
Timberwolves leading by 4. Outside Butler. Here's Towns. The kick out to T. The Timberwolves again can't hit. The Raptors have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. And it's Leonard missing. The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make.
Oh!
Yes, sir. Come on, bring it. Spectacular move. Wiggins' elevation, body control, strength, elite across the board.
Valanciunas with a screen on Teague. Lowry passes to Valanciunas. That one off the back iron and out. Timberwolves have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And you know what's impressive about Towns to me, guys, at this young age? The preparation he puts into each and every game. He's a true pro in that regard.
And Ibaka kicks to Leonard. Back to Ibaka. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Towns has got his 16th rebound on the night. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Fires the 3. That's no good. He is 5 of 11 shooting from the field for the game. Green kicks to Lowry. Screen by Valanciunas. Ibaka outside. Screen by Ibaka. Three-pointer, Lowry knocks down the 3 ball.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Well, you know, the D just hasn't been there for real. I mean, these shooters are getting any perimeter shot they want. It's a bunch of warm-up jump shots out there.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Green kicks to Leonard. Over Wiggins. Leonard, no luck.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Greg, simply controlling the glass. I mean, plus 10 is the advantage in rebounds right now.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
Taj Gibson is a solid role player, really one of the best we have. A good rebounder and defender with a soft touch from the mid-range and can score without having plays called for him.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Raptors trail by 10. And the Raptors call time here.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis, and get away from the sloppy fouls.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Karl Anthony Towns.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of moves, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Guys, I was able to listen in on what Dwayne Casey went over with his team. He told his team to keep looking for those perimeter shots. He said their defense is not respecting us, so let's keep shooting until they come out on us. Guys?
All right, thank you, David. And it's Leonard again missing.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Lowry against Teague. Green kicks to Leonard. Over Wiggins. Gets a hand on it. And staying with the play, Valanciunas. Great game for him. Double-double now. 10 points and 13 rebounds.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Definitely. You're not going to make plays like that unless you expend the energy.
Took him no time at all on that one. Green's got it back down to single digits for Toronto.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Teague dishes to Gibson. Towns a screen on Lowry. For three. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Teague. Towns has got 8 points in the quarter.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Green with a screen for Ibaka. Ibaka with a screen on Teague. Here's Lowry. And the rejection by Towns. Outside for Lowry. 5 on the clock. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And that's Lowry's shot right there. Always looking to capitalize from that range.
Teague the pass to Towns. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Wiggins drives in. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
On the wing, Green, defended by Butler. Valanciunas sets a screen for Lowry. Again, the miss by Lowry.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Leonard against Wiggins. Leonard, no luck.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Just a touch. I mean, it seems like he's forcing shots a little bit to me, Greg. Not playing his game right now, and with every miss, the pressure intensifies.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That'll be foul number 5 on him, and due to the bonus, we'll be headed to the free throw line. Free throw good, Wiggins. So he gets them both. Now here's Lowry. There's a good screen. Outside Leonard. Valanciunas with a screen on Wiggins. Leonard kicks to Valanciunas. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Boy, Valanciunas, a mountain of a man, a solid big guy who scores well and provides a lot of length and muscle inside.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas. He's perfect from the line this time. Here's Teague. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. Towns the screen. Teague kicks to Butler. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. And it's now 22 points for Jimmy Butler.
Watch out now when Butler gets rolling. He's super dangerous when he gets the hot hand.
Lowry dishes to Green. Feeds it to Leonard. Over Wiggins. And the Raptors miss again.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Towns against Ibaka. Towns kicks to Teague. 4 on the clock, and he gets the bucket. And the Timberwolves lead by 15.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Timberwolves.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And so now on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
And guys, being in opposite conferences, these teams only meet twice a year. And when it's been a while since you've seen a team like this, it always feels good to take that first game of the season series. That's what they've done here tonight against the Raptors.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Karl-Anthony Towns.
Yeah, and he was aggressive rebounding the ball tonight. I think his aggressiveness on the glass helped set the tone.
Teague, the pass to Wiggins. Gibson the screen. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Big time. I mean, it's amazing. Their crowd letting them hear it. And that's always inspiring. They want to see this thing get wrapped up.
Here's Leonard. The 18-footer is right on the mark.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Jimmy, you have been outspoken about the need for maximum effort. Was it part of your plan to grab wins like the one we saw tonight?
It wasn't a part of my plan, but whatever works, works. I think we got a bunch of talented guys, and at times we forget how hard we got to play. On the road, at home, this is how we got to play basketball.
Jimmy, thanks for the time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long, everyone.